Potato chips. We all know what they are. They're fried pieces of sliced potato that have a perfect combination of flavor. There may not seem to be any danger or harm at first sight, but once you look deeper into its soul, you'll find that it's probably the most danger you'll ever encounter in your life. And that's what makes it hostile. But first, let me give you a short story about how they were first created, to give you a better understanding of them. During the early 1850s, a customer at the Moon Lake's house complained that the French fries, which were very popular at the time, were too thick. This made the chef, George Crumb, continuously create thinner and thinner slices of potato, frying them to a crisp and seasoning them heavily with salt, until the customer was satisfied, thus creating the potato chips. So I can say that the potato chips were actually created by accident, but now they're one of the most well-known snacks in the whole world, with many different companies competing with each other, giving us a variety of flavors since. And now since you understand how it was created, I can tell you why these harmless snacks are so hostile. You've eaten fries, tempura, or potato chips before, right? And if you had, you've probably experienced something that goes a little bit like this. You and your friend are sitting down having a chat, just chilling, and all of a sudden, your friend brings out a can of potato chips. And you ask, "Can I have one?" And he's like, "Sure, why not?" And once you take that one potato chip, you just can't stop eating. You keep on taking and taking the chips from your friend, even though you know you only asked for one single chip. But you can't resist, right? And here's the thing about it. These chips are said to be even harder to quit eating than smoking. But you just never think about it like that because it doesn't look as nasty as smoke coming out of your mouth. I gotta be honest though, in the future, if drug dealers ran out of drugs, they will probably start selling potato chips because not only do these sell really, really well, but they also make a lot of profit money. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. The USA makes an average of over $1 billion worth of profit money alone per year. I could definitely buy everything my family owns and still have enough money to buy everything all over again. But if you count everything that was paid for and received from this food army, the total would be over $7 billion. And the second thing is health. We've all heard about the terminology health before when it comes to potato chips. They all say, "Don't eat it," or "It's bad for you," or "You'll never be able to afford toilet paper ever again." Well, maybe not the last one, but what they say is true, and the truth is the truth. Mostly because the WHO started to do some research about this thing, and if the WHO starts to get involved in something, we know that'll be serious. Did you know that a handful of potato chips is equivalent to the amount of calories you burn in 10,000 steps? It's crazy, right? And a single potato chip can contain up to 160 calories. So don't eat these if you're trying to lose weight, or else you'll probably end up gaining more fat than you've had before. And another thing is acrylamide. This chemical compound is mostly the whole reason why the potato chip is so bad for you, yet no one really talks about it when they try to explain why it's so deadly. Acrylamide is created naturally when certain types of sugars and amino acids are cooked at high temperatures, like frying for example. This chemical compound creates a long-term effect on your body. It'll stay with you for the rest of your life. The most common ways the symptoms show is cancer style, or it can be neuropathic style. It shall destroy all of your nerves and you won't be able to move or feel anything ever again. And just to make it more understandable about how deadly this thing is, I'm going to compare it to something that's also very dangerous. The coronavirus. "Sir, we have taken over the human's body. How do we proceed to kill, sir?" "We must attack their respiratory system and make sure not to take too long, General, or else they will regain control." "Sir, yes, sir." And for the acrylamide in potato chips, "Sir, we have taken over the human's body. How do we proceed to kill, sir?" "We must attack this human slowly, bit by bit, and make sure they suffer until they die." "Yes, sir, but what part shall we attack, sir?" "The nervous system. Attack the nervous system. Make sure they can feel our wrath, General, and make sure to show no mercy." "Sir, yes, sir." See? That's what the acrylamide would have said if it was able to talk. If only it could warn us before we gullibly take them in. But actually, acrylamide can be found in the majority of the foods that we eat. even coffee. It's just the level of acrylamide in potato chips that make it so dangerous. A single bag of potato chips can contain up to 200 micrograms of acrylamide, way over the daily intake for carcinogenic levels. So if you eat these every day, you'll probably end up having cancer in a few months, perhaps a year. And now, since I don't want any of you to suffer from the wrath of the potato chips, I shall tell you the secret to solving this craving. First choice, eat vegetable chips. These can be found in nearly every single store and cafe and contain lots of nutrients that are essential for you. Plus, they're also oven baked, not deep fried, meaning that they have less acrylamide in them than normal potato chips. The second choice, eat sweet potato chips. Even though these are not as healthy as the first choice and are much harder to find, they're still way more safer to eat than normal potato chips, on the acrylamide side, of course. And last, and the most obvious yet most hardest to do choice is to stop eating chips. And that brings us to the end. I want to say that these chips are bad for you, and all jokes aside, you should stop eating them. I know that it'll be hard to quit eating at first, especially when they taste so good. Even I have been trying to quit from this monstrosity. And I know you'll achieve your goal in the end. So the next time you see your friend bring out a can of potato chips, just remember that they're hostile. Thank you.